From the Clark Ford Studio in Oxford, Mississippi, MBW Digital proudly presents the Oxford Exxon Podcast.
I'd say thanks for tuning in, but why am I going to give you a round of applause for something you're supposed to do, to be frank?
And now, here are your hosts, Chase Parham.
That broadcast school has really paid off.
And Neal McCready.
I deserve to be on TV.
Friday edition of the Oxford Exxon Podcast. Chase Parham, Neal McCready, Clark Ford Studio. Today on this Friday morning, these shows usually get a little weird. This one has a chance to as well. We'll discuss some offensive coordinator stuff. We will lead you into the weekend. Probably won't mention that salacious, great slate of bowls coming tomorrow. It is not exactly the most sexy group of games going on to kick off bowl season. So we'll entertain you here for the next hour, a little more than an hour today on the show that's brought to you every single day by the Oxford Exxon, Highway 6 West in Oxford. Ribs, lunch specials, $4.99. Brunswick stew special today, by the way, if you want to pay that $4.99 for 2 sides of bread, 32-ounce drink. Also have a veggie special. It's like $2.99 a plate or something. Really good deal there at the Oxford Exxon. Let them handle your dinner tonight with the ribs, wet or dry. Call ahead or just stop by and pick them up. When you stop at the pump, you get the Member Rewards program. You get Speed Pass Plus app. So many options to save time and money there with the Oxford Exxon. Again, coming from the Clark Ford Studio.
We are. Clark Ford is in Amory, Mississippi. 662-257-1900 is the number. Call the number. Ask for Corey Clark. Tell Corey what new Fords you're looking for. And he'll take care of the rest. He'll send you a quote within 15 minutes of business hours. You'll get the quote. The rest is up to you. You can shop it around, or you can let Corey and the people at Clark Ford do for you what they've done for me and so many others, and that's take the hassle out of the everyday car buying experience. You get a great Ford product, great service, delivery options, great people, all of that stuff, and we'll make it even better. Tell Corey that you heard about Clark Ford on the podcast. Mention any of our family of podcasts, and you'll save $500 off the bottom line from Clark Ford in Amory. We taped a Greatest Pod in the South yesterday. I'll put it up on the site today. Russell and I are going to tape a soft verbal at some point on Sunday.
Oh.
Working on a beer garden. Just a lot going on. It's kind of approaching Christmas time.
Everybody's slowing down a little bit. Little less productivity going on. A little harder to get things done around town, throughout society. Everybody in a little lower gear. Not a lot of overdrive going on here on December the 14th as we move forward.
We're going to do podcast Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday next week. We never do one on signing day because the damn thing is completely obsolete.
Yeah.
Long before we could even publish it. We'll probably punt next Friday. We might do it. And then after that, we get into Christmas week. And
it's going to be a little play it by ear there. So
yeah,
let's just see what the news may define when we do shows that next week.
We'll probably dial it down a good bit.
You've survived without us before. You'll survive without us again. We can replay some old hits. We can throw some Dan Wolken interviews, some Lindsey Miller TMZ episodes up at you or something for a week to have some fun. But yeah, that's typically what most podcasts do. They kind of do a greatest of thing the week of Christmas to just keep paying some bills and keep things running. So Anyway. Radio shows would just get guest hosts. We do not really have that ability because I don't think if I called Jeffrey and said, "So Christmas Eve, what do you think? You want to just take over? I'm gonna go to the house, but if you'd like to do a show, feel free." Might depend on the content I allow them to do.
They wanted me to. I was offered guest hosting the Gary Parrish show all week next week, but I'm not going to be available.
And you're going to go to Memphis for the Missouri bowl game?
I'm not going to the game. Going to the party.
When's the party?
The night before the game.
Hold on a minute.
I don't care anything about a football game.
You're voluntarily going to be around not only people, but people that you do not know.
Yeah, decked out in Missouri gear.
I'm really confused.
I might even wear the damn Missouri pajamas that Gabe is bringing.
Why?
Why not?
But why?
Just to have fun.
But why? Why are you going? What's the purpose?
To see Gabe.
Well, okay.
And Jay's going to be there.
Well, okay. Why are you and Jay going then? I guess is the better question.
To hang out.
Are you doing a show?
Nah. We're going to be friends.
I don't understand. I'm really lost here. You don't do this kind of stuff.
I might as well.
I'm really confused.
I like Gabe and Jay. We're genuinely friends.
I'm aware of that.
We'll hang out. I'm not going to drive.
I just can't believe you're voluntarily going to hang out with mostly people you've never seen before in your life.
That's great, and I'll never see them again. It'll be awesome.
Not really wearing Mizzou stuff, are you?
Yeah, I might wear some Mizzou stuff.
Play along with us for a second. Say Fridays what we do. I actually had some.
I don't cover Missouri in any form.
I could make the argument, though. I'm mostly just playing on a podcast, but I could make the argument that wearing the colors of an opponent is as bad as doing the team that you cover. Ole Miss plays Missouri next year.
And
they're in the conference. They're competing for recruits right now. The day you're going to have the Missouri garb on, they're going to be competing for recruits.
I'm not competing for recruits.
But they are.
Oh, good.
It's antagonistic is what it is.
No, I just
crap. All the stuff people say, true.
I'm having fun. I'm just having fun.
Yeah. Where the gear? Who's Missouri playing?
Oklahoma State.
Wear their gear.
There's a price.
You can wear their gear.
I'll wear their gear.
Cowboy up. Pistols firing, whatever it is.
For the right price, I'll put it on.
Is it something about pistols, right? Isn't it there?
If you say so.
Okay. I thought so.
I thought that was guns up as Texas Tag.
That's Texas Tag, yeah. We only see Oklahoma State in bowl games, so.
Yeah, I've covered them twice now, haven't we?
Yeah, they've been in a couple Cotton Bowls against Ole Miss since 2003, 2004, I guess, the bowl game, and then the 15 Sugar Bowl.
Yeah, I've covered 2 Oklahoma State bowl games now.
You covered them in basketball against Auburn because you talked about the dance team.
Doug Gottlieb's last game.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Look at you. So it's like at a bar, right? It's at Lawler's place.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that dance team that day. Whew.
It's left a memory 15 years later.
Man, smoke. I mean, up and down the line.
They wanted all the smoke.
They could have had anything they wanted.
They made the smoke.
They created so much smoke. It was literally, there were 20 of them. There wasn't.
Reminiscent over here now.
There wasn't a dud in the group. We would debate every time out, trying to come up with which one was.
That's not sexist at all.
I don't care which five were the best, and we would change our minds. It was classic. It was great. I was so glad they won the first game because it meant they would come back. They played somebody it was an 8-9 game because Auburn was a 1 seed. They played somebody in an 8-9 game, and it was close, and they won, and we were like, oh, thank goodness.
So this is like December 30th, this party? December 31st? What
December
is it?
30th, because I think the game
was on New Year's Eve?
Yeah, I'm not going to the game.
Well, yeah, I didn't think you'd go to the game.
No chance.
Missouri and Oklahoma State.
No thanks.
You gonna take your Drew Lock bobblehead with you?
I was saying yesterday on the Greatest Pod in the South that ever since I got the bobblehead, Drew Lock stock has skyrocketed. If Drew Lock is smart, he'll send me his NFL bobblehead, and he'll be an All-Pro.
It's a good bobblehead, but it's nowhere near as good as Ed Oliver on a horse.
No, it's nowhere close to Ed Oliver.
I mean, Ed Oliver on a horse is a dang good bobblehead.
It's in much the same way that the Ben Zobrist celebration bobblehead is so much better than the Shohei Ohtani bobblehead.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I noticed the Zobrist one before. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm just realizing that Shohei Ohtani has his hands in position, but he doesn't have a bat. And I'm wondering if
you've lost the bat. It's one of those that go in the hands and will come out. Yeah.
Yeah. And it looks like the bat disappeared.
Oh, so it's one bobblehead. He's pitching on one side of the bobblehead and hitting on the other side of the bobblehead.
That is correct.
Gotcha. Clever.
That is correct.
Okay.
Pretty exciting.
It is. It's like all kind of sports memorabilia on this thing and then candlesticks.
Yeah, Laura put the candlesticks there because I think those candlesticks normally go somewhere when it's not Christmas time.
Uh-huh.
And so I think my office, much like this plant right here.
So you do have a piece of greenery right over your left shoulder as we are talking now.
Yeah, I think that plant goes somewhere else.
I'm pretty sure. It does not look like it goes there.
Except right now.
That is not very feng shui, if you will.
Yeah, my guess is that the poinsettia that's out there now
poinsettia.
Whatever, is where that goes. Interior decoration's not my thing.
But you're kind of OCD about where things go and being clean, different
I
things.
like
So I'm a
clean.
little surprised that you're just cool with the scattering of all the things that are not in their rightful places.
In fact, I got up this morning and swept.
Did you?
The floors needed to be swept. Drives me. I cannot.
Do they really need to be swept, or
Yeah,
was it just
I hate dirty floors.
that's your thing?
I despise
One of your
them.
things?
One of my many things.
Yeah, right.
I like clean. Like if I had the time, I would clean my vehicle every day.
Would you?
Yes. I like clean. Don't like grass and stuff. And Carson gets in from soccer and like there's grass and stuff all
It
over.
bothers you?
Oh, it will wake me up in the middle of the night thinking about it.
At least there wasn't that ghost that taps you on the shoulder.
She didn't tap me on the shoulder. She sat on me.
Yeah, she did. All right.
See, that's where your mind goes. She told me to relax. I'm
Yeah.
just having fun. And she
Yeah.
did not mean that in a sexual way.
You don't know what. Whoa. How do you know the connotation or the intent?
Because I understand the anatomy of
Ghosts?
well, no, but
Anatomy of ghosts.
I understand, believe it or not, how like that works. And
Okay.
it was not
It was not that.
It was not in a way that would have even been possible.
Maybe it was just the first of many positions that she was attempting to.
Well, that's
Dang.
possible, but she was really old, and so I'm going to guess not.
You were sexist 5 minutes ago. Now you're ageist.
Well, I mean,
I have a problem with the geriatric set now.
I'm going to guess 85-year-olds aren't a lot.
Might have been 385 as a ghost. You don't know the age.
That's true. She did
A
not.
lot of assumptions over there, McCready.
She did not look at me in a way that indicated that she was sexually interested.
Because you have so much experience with the other side of that, where you can really tell between the two.
Not that I've ever been with a woman who's looked at me as if she were sexually interested. I mean, I'm just saying. But I've watched TV.
I tease coordinator talk, and there is some guy sitting somewhere right now so pissed off.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah, well, you know what, buddy?
I'm going to run out the first break before I get to it.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah.
I don't really care. If you really want that coordinator stuff,
There's a message board.
subscribe to rebelgrove.com today. The 99 Cyber thing is still going somehow, some way. And
That thing is not dead yet?
it's not dead yet. Oath is committed to it, man. Give them credit. They've. I'll say this: we joked about who owns us and stuff. Oath has given us more resources
They've done a really good job.
and tools for us than Yahoo and them ever dreamed of.
Yeah, Oath is Yahoo and AOL media divisions put together, is what Oath is.
Right, but the people who run Oath
Yeah.
actually like us. They're the
Verizon, essentially.
they're the first people who have owned us who like us.
Some more options coming for you soon as well. We got an
Oh,
email
yeah.
about it last night.
Cool
They have
stuff.
they've really done a nice job from a subscriber retention, helpful
It's
deal.
almost like they figured out that we're making them money. And gosh, if we gave them more resources, they'd make us more money. It's almost like that.
It's true.
Yeah.
Are you stuck having to watch the Hallmark movies and stuff with the family, or is that not something that you?
No, I'll give Laura this. She knows those things are horrible, and she watches them, but she doesn't make me.
Okay. So it's a guilty pleasure, but it can be a solitary guilty pleasure.
I think she'd prefer it to be solitary, because if I'm in there, I start making fun of it. Like the plot lines are so bad.
the first 19 seconds of the movie, and there's a bag starts going across the street. Somebody grabs it. Somebody gets out of the car. And you go, yeah, them two. The end, right there.
Right
Done.
there. Done.
Yeah.
Yep.
You don't know that. Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where this thing's going.
And the cheesy lines and stuff. You're like, oh, no one talks like that. No one talks like that.
Well, these things are made on shoestring budgets, and it's just
Yeah,
some
that's where she
people.
goes, just shut up. You're ruining my movie. Okay, can I leave? Yes. Bye.
They're just warm blankets that you know they're bad. They're just
Do you like them?
No, I'm just giving the.
Kara make you watch them?
Well, no, that's the other positive now. Of I don't even know if we have the channel that those are on. You know, we went to Hulu TV.
Oh, yeah.
I only get 40 channels. I get everything we need, but I don't know if I have a lot of that extra stuff like that.
You're still at that phase of life where you're hostage to what the kid wants to watch to a certain degree.
Almost 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, anything that I watch myself, frankly, is before I go to bed on a computer.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, no.
She's
I mean,
watching.
I don't know. I mean,
What are the shows now that she watches?
Still does a lot of movies. We do more movies than shows for the most part.
Is Dora the Explorer still going?
She has not been a Dora person, so I don't know the answer to that.
Huh.
She watches a lot of Puppy Dog Pals.
Never saw that one.
It's
Blue's Clues still going?
I hadn't done Blue's Clues. I don't know.
Blue's Clues was pretty good.
I remember Blue's Clues. Yeah.
It was a good show.
Yeah. No, I don't know. She's fine. I mean, we have to do something with her to give her nebulizer at night for 10 minutes, and we do actually the YouTube Kids for that, so they do the songs and animals and stuff like that.
No Wiggles?
No, thank goodness. One of my buddies is very hostage to that with his daughter. I do not have that issue.
I hated them. I went and saw them in concert, and literally,
where?
I don't remember, but it was Birmingham. Probably it was a good thing I wasn't armed.
How well would you have to get paid to dress up as a Wiggle and do the whole deal at a concert?
A lot.
A whole lot.
A whole lot. Saw Bob the Builder in person. Not bad.
That's better.
Not bad. I actually like Bob the Builder.
Do you?
Yeah, I liked Bob. He got stuff done. Had a very positive attitude. Can we fix it? Yes, we can.
He figured it out.
Yeah. Because all the tools would be like, we can't do this. And Bob the Builder would say, can we fix it? Yes, we can. Let's get it done. I like that. I like Dora. A lot of mystery to Dora. And then when Dora brought in Diego, and it got a little sexy.
Ooh.
Got a little sexy. Good thing for Dora's parents that Backpack was always around. Kind of stopped that from getting a little sensual. Because I saw the way Diego would look at Dora. Those were not clean thoughts.
You done?
Like boots. Like the map. I like Dora. Sometimes you didn't know whether they were going to get out of there or not. And Swiper
They always got out of there.
Swiper would come in there and create adversity.
They always got out of there.
I always wondered, you saw Swiper, you knew he was going to steal your stuff. Do something about it instead of watching him take the stuff and then...
Well, it's like the big dude in like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. You know only bad things are going to happen, so why don't we continue to associate with said person?
Yeah. Every time you get around him, bad stuff happens.
We've talked about on the show. I still get so bothered because she watches a good bit of Mickey Mouse Clubhouse still at times in the mornings. I still get so bothered by the fact that some animals can talk and some can't. It really, really bothers me.
Well, one of the dogs
Pluto can't speak.
Yeah.
Well, Goofy can. He's one of the main characters. Like, wait,
not only can Goofy speak, he's almost articulate.
Yeah.
And
then Pluto
can't say a word.
Yeah, he's the dog. It's like, well, I don't understand.
It's like Scooby-Doo. They always made Shaggy and Scooby go into the danger spots. I mean, I kept waiting for Shaggy to go, no, you know what? You do it, Fred, son of a bitch. You go. And Thelma and Daphne. I mean, how did Thelma not know that she was a third wheel? How did she never just get out of there? Go, look, you guys get it over with. Get it over with.
You think there was a clear divide there?
Well, there was so much sexual tension between Fred and Daphne.
And Scooby-Doo.
Well, there was some sexual tension between Shaggy and Scooby that was weird, but I'm glad.
No, I meant in the show. I didn't mean the actual character.
Yeah.
Sorry. No,
Yeah.
I was not doing that.
And Shaggy would eat Scooby snacks. People don't eat. Would you eat a milk bone? It's so weird. There's just a lot to get to. There's a lot to unpack in that show.
In the next segment, we're going to discuss the holiday table, and was it Charlie Brown, where they have all the it's sorted out by who they like and whatever.
Yeah.
They're discriminatory at the table.
Yeah. I like that show.
So we're going next. I'm going to make you wait again on offensive coordinator news here in a little bit. But again, you know most of it had been on the site, but we still babble on about it.
It's on the site. You can get $99 worth of team gear. You can subscribe today. Any team. Chargers, Chiefs.
Chargers win last night.
Hell of a game.
Yeah. I don't trust the Chiefs defense, and I don't trust the Chargers in the postseason, so we'll see what happens. But nonetheless, take our first break.
Someone's got to win. I'm going to go break you.
Yeah.
Someone's going to win the AFC.
Oh, thanks. New England, Kansas City, San Diego.
I'd like both of those teams last night against the Patriots. The way the Patriots
Yeah,
are
I think I
playing
would
right
too. And the Steelers are playing very poor football right now. They actually, probably not, but they could miss the playoffs. It's possible.
Someone in this room picked the Chargers to go to the Super Bowl, and I'm liking that pick.
Where's Mike Detillier at? Is he in here? Is he behind the TV? Is he over by the plant? Where's Mike at?
Hey.
Mike goes, hey, I really like the Saints and the Chargers in the Super Bowl. And wouldn't you know it, next day, McCready's picks, Saints and Chargers in the Super Bowl. They're just so simpatico in their football knowledge and in their intellects and their picks.
Sometimes intelligence is reflected in your ability to decipher who is and who is not intelligent.
It's an odd form of delegating is what you were doing. You were letting someone else tell you what they thought, and you accepted that premise.
Great leaders delegate. I delegated. I said, hey, Mike, what do you think about the NFL? And he told me, and I said, I trust your opinion, and I'm going to go there.
Winners write history.
That's right.
You get to dictate how you got to that conclusion.
When you study the Revolutionary War, what perspective do you study it from?
Yeah.
Damn right. The winners.
That's a good point. Usually how that works, isn't it?
That's how that works.
Yeah. Visit oxfordms.com/events to see everything going on. I've been telling you about it for a while. Two more days still to check out the Holiday Village at the Ford Center. That is 1 to 5 o'clock every single day. You have a holiday ornament auction tonight at 7 at the Powerhouse. You got breakfast with Santa tomorrow, 8 to 11 o'clock at the Powerhouse. You got elf pictures at 9 to 12.
Elves?
Elf pictures, yes.
Cool.
R&R cookies for that one. Grinch story time tomorrow morning at Square Books Jr. They always do Saturday story time, so it's a good time to do the Grinch, so you can see that as well. You've got a kids craft workshop tomorrow from 10 to 12:30 at Board and Brush, and much, much more. I got basketball Sunday, and they'll tell you about that. But tons going on there. Visit oxfordms.com.
Yeah, basketball Sunday, it's Ole Miss and Chattanooga. The game begins at 5 p.m. It's Christmas vacation night, I guess, at the Pavilion. Ole Miss and Chattanooga, 5 o'clock on Sunday. Guests join our show on the Patterson and Earhart hotline. Patterson and Earhart, attorneys at law, specialize in personal injury law and real estate law, but theirs is a general practice that can handle any of your legal needs. When you contact Patterson and Earhart, you speak to one of the partners in the firm, and that's who will handle your case, not some paralegal at a faceless corporate firm. If Patterson and Earhart can't help you, they'll refer you to someone who can. John Calvin Patterson and Wes Earhart are Ole Miss guys. They're local guys, and when you call them, you're going to get one of them on the phone within the same day, guaranteed. So whether you've been injured in a car wreck or have other legal issues, give them a call, 662-526-1992, or check out their website, pelaws.com. Your initial consultation is free. We're also brought to you by Home 2 Suites, South Lamar Court in Oxford. It is open and ready to accommodate your personal or business needs just in time for the holidays. Located at 101 South Lamar Court in Oxford, at the intersection of Belt Boulevard and South Lamar Avenue. This Hilton property is locally owned and operated by Ole Miss alumni and is just 1 mile from campus, 1.5 miles from the Oxford Square. So if your house is overbooked for the holidays, send your loved ones to stay with the wonderful staff at Home 2 Suites. They'll feel right at home in this all-suites property. Each spacious suite has a living area with a sleeper sofa and a fully equipped kitchen. Guests have access to a complimentary breakfast each morning with more than 400 combinations to suit any palate, a fully equipped fitness center, a free laundry facility, free Wi-Fi, free parking, and much, much more. Extended rates are available, and Hilton Honors Points can be redeemed for stays and redeemed for booking. So in addition, the 625-square-foot meeting room is available for rentals and comes with all you need for the perfect boardroom meeting, classroom-style presentation, or catered meal. For more information, call 662-238-3400 or visit their site, home2oxford.home2suitesbyhilton.com. And the podcast is brought to you by Dead Soxy. Dead Soxy is at it again, just in time for the holidays. They are delivering your socks in style. Order any 5 pairs of socks, and you get this. It's fantastic. You see a picture of it. I tweeted it. There's also a picture of it on the website. The holiday-themed sock box free makes a great gift. The socks aren't handled with junk. They come to you in a very special package. You can still use the promo code Rebel Grove on any non-sale items. That's non-sale items, and receive the increased 35% off discount. I've had a lot of people ask about this. If you're putting stuff in your cart that is already marked off on sale, you don't get the promo in addition to that. But if you're getting regularly priced stuff, it's 35% off if you enter promo code Rebel Grove. Mix and match your favorites for a total of 5 to receive the special offer. So whether you're giving your family, your friends, or yourself a gift, give something they'll look forward to wearing over and over again. Everyone needs to experience the difference a quality sock makes. Go to deadsoxy.com, enter the code Rebel Grove at checkout to receive 35% off, and all orders over 5 pairs will receive the special holiday packaging free.
Podcast is brought to you by Community Mortgage, Oxford, Memphis, Soto County, and Chattanooga. All underwriting and processing is done in Memphis. So you're getting local underwriting that understands your market, a leader in condo financing and the float down options. So you can find Jason at 662-234-2704 or JLowe, JLOWE at communitymtg.com. So on the site yesterday, we had a couple different things. We'll start. Well, let me get one out of the way because we'll probably get bogged down a little in the other. I put up yesterday morning that I heard from multiple places that there was some conversations about potentially some interest in Jedd Fisch. Jedd Fisch is an offensive assistant for the LA Rams. He has been the offensive coordinator at Miami, at UCLA. He was the interim head coach at UCLA. Was the offensive coordinator for the Jacksonville Jaguars as well. He was a passing game coordinator and kind of basically the OC at the University of Michigan under Harbaugh for a couple years there as well. 42 years old, went to Florida, was a GA at Florida, bounced around a ton when you look at his overall resume. I think Dylan told me he is a clock management specialist for the LA Rams currently.
Let's just get to the bottom line here. You are doing everything you can to sabotage the Rams before the playoffs.
So if you get Jedd Fisch out of there, then
that's all this.
It might improve them because I think they're the worst team in the league at actual clock management. Timeouts are more imaginary than real to the Rams.
Yes.
So we'll see, but nonetheless, nothing more, nothing less. All I got. Not saying it's something, not saying it's nothing. You guys like to hear kind of what we can actually confirm and know, and that's what I know. So great. Also, what we know is that later in the day, Neal reported that Will Hall, the very new Tulane offensive coordinator, was an assistant coach at Memphis for a little while under Mike Norvell. He is a candidate for the Ole Miss offensive coordinator position. He is going to interview sometime around Christmas.
I believe it's going to be just after Christmas,
okay.
By the way.
For that position, a guy with a lot of roots in Mississippi as a player, and then was a successful D2 coach for a while. He was at West Alabama. He was at West Georgia. He won GSC titles at both places. Made the semifinals of the D2 playoffs with West Georgia, I think, if I have that right off the top of my head. And then was at ULL as offensive coordinator at Memphis, and then now Tulane. So interesting. We'll see where it goes, but that is where we are sitting at the current time, Mr. McCready.
His candidacy is very legitimate. He and Matt Luke go way back. I think had it been up to Matt Luke, he probably would have already been the wide receiver coach here a few years ago.
He interviewed for the job that Jacob Peeler got a couple years ago.
Right. And Peeler's done a very good job, so Freeze did a good job with that hire as well. Look, Matt wants someone in that spot who he can be comfortable with. Matt wants they're going to shake the staff up. I'm just telling you guys. It's every tea leaf points towards it. And Matt's going to hire people that he trusts, that he's familiar with. And there's a tendency on people's part to do this, well, that's our problem. We don't have enough outsiders. Let's keep this real and look at this from a very real perspective. Because I'm just being honest right now. I mean, we've already delved into Fred and Daphne. It's time to keep it real. Matt Luke gets one shot. He's got 24 months to change his program. And if he doesn't, they're all gone. And when I say they're all gone, I mean he's gone, the athletic director's gone, everybody's, because they're tied at the hip now. Bjork and Luke tied at the hip. And this staff, whoever's on the field when they go to spring practice in March or whatever, and they blow their first whistle and they go through their first practice in shorts and headgear, that whoever's on that staff, it's on Matt now, not on Hugh Freeze. Even I, who enjoy blaming Hugh Freeze for stuff, I will not blame him anymore. It's done. This is Matt's staff now. It's Matt's roster. It's Matt's staff. So if you know that as Matt Luke, I'd damn sure hire people that I knew I could get along with, that I knew I could be simpatico with, that I was comfortable with their schemes, with their personality, with everything, because you're about to get in the foxhole with these people. The experiment time is over. And so if that's Will Hall, hire Will Hall. What's Will Hall bring? A very bright offensive mind. A dude that knows literally every high school coach in the state of Mississippi. Comes from a family that Bobby Hall knows everyone in the state of Mississippi. I'm not advocating for Will. I'm just saying Will Hall makes sense. And if you're not going to hire Will Hall and you're going to hire somebody else, fine. Hire the guy that you believe is best suited to get you out of this mess. Because the truth is, if that guy fails and you're Matt Luke, you probably fail too.
Will's very tight with Chip Long. He runs a Notre Dame-type system as an offensive coordinator.
Yeah, Chip Long's the offensive coordinator at Notre Dame.
Yeah, I mean, I think Will and Chip were together at UNA.
I think that's right.
Will won the Harlan Hill Trophy, which is the D2 Heisman in North Alabama. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to like there. The knock on Will Hall is that he has 1 year as a coordinator at the FBS level, and that was at ULL in the Sun Belt. That's the knock. So we'll see where it goes. I think that we hadn't talked about it. I think it's probably – I'll ask you, or I can just say it. I mean, either way, I don't know. I mean, I don't know this. We talked about Werner. It's interesting to me that we went all the way down that path immediately without discussing either Roper. We have not put them on anything to this point. I think that probably is not wise to completely mark that out, given what's going on around the country. Because as you mentioned, when Matt's looking at people he's comfortable with, well, Kurt Roper, Will Hall, Dan Werner, those are all names that would go to the very top there from that standpoint. So we'll see. I'm sure maybe some other names emerge. Some other people come out as this thing moves forward, but we'll interview around Christmas, just after Christmas there for that spot. And again, I think he hasn't done it. I think he can be a very good recruiter at this level. But it's funny about that. And I meant to mention this with Jeffrey a little bit yesterday when we finally got to the coordinator hires and McIntyre and then what they're looking for an offensive coordinator. Your coordinators need to just run the system. If they can help in recruiting and they can be closers, great. We've discussed this last week with Mac. But like a lot of people saw with Wesley, I do think we can overemphasize the recruiting part for coordinators. I think A, B, C, D, E, F, and G is all what are you doing system-wise and what are you doing to actually run your unit. And if you can recruit on top of it and you can give anything more than being that closer, that's just gravy. But let's focus on scheme, what this thing looks like, and that's why I think Will has a lot of legitimacy too, is I think that offense is something that Matt would be very comfortable with. It's not fast-paced. It can speed up, but it can slow down. He's going to run the football. It's very balanced.
Will is on record, not to interrupt you, but Will is on record as saying that he is a big believer in, for lack of a better word, systemic marriage. That you have to build your offense or operate your offense around the defense.
ULL was awful defensively when Will was there, and he intentionally slowed tempo down and kept the ball as long as humanly possible to try to offset his defense.
If the defense is bad, you don't want the defense on the field.
Yeah.
It's the part of the Phil Longo system that really, it's the one thing that never made sense. When you evaluate Longo, hell, his offense worked in many ways. South Carolina's what, a 7-5 team?
Sure.
620 yards. It's that they went so fast, and the defense was on the field so much, and you had to know. God, I mean, everybody else in the stadium knew that defense isn't good and it's thin. Why keep running them out there? Expecting them to make stops for 40 minutes was unrealistic last season.
Look, every coach is confident, but I do wonder if that afternoon when Jay Bateman got the call, he went, "What are we doing?"
Oh, God.
From a time of possession standpoint, because we joked about it that night, I guess at the Weston or whatever day we talked about this, but that dude seriously is going to go from being on the field 15 minutes from being off the field 15 minutes.
He's going to go from defending 50 plays a game to defending 90 plays a game.
Yeah.
And yes, those 40 plays wear your kids out.
I'm more from a just football observation standpoint. There's not a unit in America I'm more interested to see from a does it work, does it not work than Jay Bateman's defense over the next 2 years. Because I'll be honest, if I'm a coach, I know he win the Broyles Award, finished second for the Broyles Award, whatever it was. I don't know. He was a finalist. I don't know who won it. He might have won it. Either way, if I'm a coach and I'm evaluating it, I wouldn't hire him. He would not be my defensive coordinator. There's too much there that I never like unorthodox, unconventional. It's not proven. As a first step, I'm good.
Right.
I'm conservative in that standpoint. B, 5.91 yards per play. I don't care how many yards per game. Give me per play.
Right.
5.91. Ole Miss gave up 6.32. I think only 2 teams in the top 50 allowed more yards per play than Jay Bateman's Army team. So that was a very flawed stat on the top 10 yards per game thing. It was a stat the media ate up for some reason and whatever, but it was a very flawed stat. And if I'm a coach, I go, I'm good. I don't know if I can. You're not going to have that in positive ways and negative ways. You're not going to have that same kind of kid you've got at the military academy.
Yeah.
Now I don't know why we're talking about this now, but I just in general I look at Bateman and look at Army and go, no thanks. I would have moved on to someone else too.
No, North Carolina for someone like us, people like us, becomes must watch next season. When they show up on TV, I'm like, I'm gonna watch a little bit of this. I'm curious.
Yeah, on both sides of the ball.
I'm not saying it's not going to work. Hell, maybe it's going to be mad science that works, but it just doesn't make sense. Yeah, he coached, how do you say this nicely? Screw it. He coached really smart kids at Army. And he'll coach some smart kids at North Carolina, but they won't all be like Army cadets.
He's going to have more speed. He's going to have more talent.
But he's going to have to teach it. Something tells me those Army kids, you told them a couple of times, and they got it.
Yeah, I wasn't getting into the military academy.
No.
I don't think you were either.
No, the military academy looked at me and said, come on.
Is there anything more well done than those intros to the Army-Navy games on game days? Those Sun Guns will hit you, boy. They do a really good job at those little animated intros over the years about different kind of kid or whatever.
It is a different kind of kid. It's a different kind of kid.
Still interesting to me. Air Force kind of gets left out.
Yeah, because it's every bit as grueling. Something happened. I can't remember when it was. But I went down the Air Force Academy path, like reading about how you get in and what happens.
They're such the stepchild of this thing.
But, that is a demanding thing.
Even in, Godfrey wrote that story for SB Nation last week. I think it was Godfrey, about the option and all the ways that Army and Navy prepare for that one game. And, Air Force is there too. It's a team they play every year. It's another military academy. They use the Air Force game to show different things just to bother Army and Navy later. They both use Air Force as this dress rehearsal. And it's kind of like, well, I don't understand. I get the rivalry, but there's another one of you too. It's just out in Colorado.
And it's earlier in the year. That Army-Navy game's the last game. And
after weeks off, because it's even another week. They have at least 14 days off in between them.
They play it in Philadelphia, and the president shows up, and
if I'm Air Force, I'm a little pissed.
It's just a really cool deal.
I'm annoyed if I'm the Air Force Academy.
Like, I don't think I'm violating a confidence to say that. I talked to Hogan the other day. You've talked to Hogan. He was talking about going to the Army-Navy game.
Yeah.
And he was like, that was a bucket list. And then I kind of laughed, and I said, yeah, leaving the White House, getting on Air Force One,
Marine
One to Air Force One to fly to that game, yeah, that's kind of a bucket list.
Well, he'll do that occasionally, and I think he'll catch himself sometimes and go, I'll just shut up now. Like, thanks.
Yeah.
Hey, Chase, what are you doing? Well, I did something really cool. You think, Hogan? Thanks.
Yeah.
Good job. I went to Kroger. I mean, I've never felt dumber because the first person that I told that I went to the wrong restaurant was Hogan Gidley. And I went, I'll go to the wrong restaurant tonight. What'd you do today? And it's like, well, I went, and I was like, oh, shut up. Like,
I was on the phone with him yesterday, and there was a motorcade. He was like, yeah, it was the first lady or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I covered southeastern Louisiana basketball.
Anyway, Will Hall. I think it's where we were.
I'll be honest, I think it makes a ton of sense.
The reaction, being honest, the reaction has been more positive than I necessarily expected from a first glance.
I've yet to hear actually a name that makes more sense. I know the guy with the Rams stuff is interesting and his resume is splashy.
Interesting is the word.
Yeah.
He doesn't have college offenses that blew anybody away.
Does Matt know him?
And he's not a coordinator right now. I mean, he's out of, from all due respects for what we're talking about, he's out of the game. He's essentially an analyst.
It'd be hard for me if I'm Matt, knowing Matt the way that I know him, which is not great. I mean, we've talked. I like Matt a lot. I'm impressed with him. I think comfort is important to him. I think familiarity is important to him. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not a knock. Do you agree with that? Those are important things for him. He's a guy who builds trust over time, and the more he builds the trust, the more he's comfortable. The more he's comfortable, maybe the more he opens up. The more he opens up, the maybe more his personality comes out, etc.
Well, the other thing with that, too.
Is that fair?
Yeah, no, that's fair. And the other thing with that, too, is that, look, yes, there have been some people put in places. There have been some hires over the years that they look like they were hired because they went to Ole Miss or
because
they were fans or whatever. I get that.
Yeah.
I understand that scar tissue, and I understand that.
Yeah.
But whether it's college football or media or whatever, people get jobs based off networking and relationships and who they know. Will Hall did not go to Ole Miss.
I know Will grew up an Ole Miss fan. I get it, but Will didn't go to Ole Miss, and Will's never coached at Ole Miss, and Will's never worked at Ole Miss. And so when people say, well, he's an Ole Miss guy, okay.
We're bending that deal to pull him into this at this point. It's
he doesn't have a degree from Ole Miss.
No, he went to UNA. He went to Northwest Community College and then went to UNA.
He didn't play at Ole Miss. He's never coached at Ole Miss. And, yeah, he grew up an Ole Miss fan. I grew up an Alabama fan. Does that make me an Alabama guy?
Played for the Tupelo Fire Ants, that arena team back in the day.
So he's a Fire Ant guy.
He's a Fire Ant guy.
I mean, what does that even mean? Because, well, he's an Ole Miss guy. How? What does that even mean?
In this aspect, he's from Mississippi and just knows everybody.
And that's a positive.
Yeah.
Not only does he know everybody, most people like him.
Yeah.
Recruiting's a big part of this. Everybody's hung up on the Kobe Dean for a reason. Makes a lot of sense. The more I think about it, the more I think it makes a ton of sense.
Yeah. While we move on with the show, I'll tell you about the Blow Dry Bar in Oxford. Guys, if you're searching for an outside-the-box Christmas, anniversary, or birthday present, any female in your life, the place has your answers. They were voted the best new business in Oxford in 2018 and will not disappoint. They have many packages they can put together for women. Give them a call, 662-638-3310. Like I said, I sent my wife last week. You can mention rebelgrove.com. You can get the discount. when you're coming to town, maybe you want to go to a game, you want to do some different things, let them be happy too. Send them over there to Jackson Avenue, be well taken care of. And, again, people helping people, everybody happy. That is the Blow Dry Bar Oxford there on Jackson Avenue.
It's well done.
I'll trade whenever you want.
Maintaining an appropriate retirement plan for your company often seems like a daunting task, especially when you consider everything else that goes into running a successful business. The Pinnacle Trust 401k advisory services provide plan sponsors with the expertise and consultation that they need to administer a retirement plan that inspires employees to reach their retirement goals. Pinnacle Trust Retirement Plan Advisory Team specializes in a variety of different types of plans, including 401k plans and 403b plans. Pinnacle can help plan sponsors benchmark their current 401k plan, consult on current plans designs, provide ongoing plan and investment fund reviews, manage employee communication and investment education, and conduct a plan sponsor fiduciary analysis. When you work with Pinnacle Trust 401k Advisory Services, you gain a valuable advisory team and a time-saving resource that will help you develop and maintain a solid strategy for your retirement plan. They're committed to providing you with the personalized attention and involvement that you want and need. Their goal is to help you manage your 401k plan properly and ultimately improve your employees' retirement readiness. So call Pinnacle Trust 401k Advisory Services team today. They can conduct a complimentary, no-obligation benchmarking and analysis of your current 401k plan. Mention that you heard about Pinnacle Trust on the Oxford Exxon podcast and receive 10% off your first year's fee. Podcast also brought to you by the Westin Jackson. Restore serenity to your soul. Visit Soul Spa, the ultimate luxury spa experience in downtown Jackson. Indulge in personalized massages, signature facials, soothing body treatments, and much more on their extensive spa list. Escape from the everyday and rejuvenate yourself in their luxury spa today, and then gather at Estelle Wine Bar and Bistro. Chase and I did this just the other night. Sip on a creative craft cocktail or enjoy their curated wine list. It's open for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and Sunday brunch. Chef Caden's mission is to connect guests with the community through local partnerships, so gather at Estelle tonight.
Podcast is brought to you by Mastercuts Lawn and Landscape. When you give them a call at 662-607-7773. You can not only make plans for the coming months when it does warm up, then to take care of everything to deal with your lawn, but if you're still wanting up some Christmas stuff, the wife changed her mind and here in the last minute you need something up, Master Cuts can help you out, from lighting and garland to inflatable characters and much more. Remember, whatever you pay for, you'll own it. They'll keep it to the next year, or you can keep it yourself. That choice is yours. So, again, that number, 662-607-7773. Yes, we were at Estelle. Had a nice time. Had a lot of food. Had multiple meals there. We kind of did the happy hour thing with some Alps and some cocktails, and then had dinner later. So we covered all the bases on Tuesday night before and after the show.
That's what we do.
I did not order the burger, but one Benjamin Craddock did, and it looked quite large and good. It was an impressive display of a cheeseburger.
I did not get a chance to eat Wednesday. Just never had time. My day actually got really busy, and I got back to my room on Wednesday night after the Southeastern Louisiana contest,
and
I was very hungry. And so while I wrote and watched the end of the Thunder Pelicans game, I ordered the burger.
How was the burger?
The burger was fantastic.
Was it?
It was fantastic.
It looked really good. I was almost kind of mad at myself I didn't just get it at dinner that night, because that's kind of what I wanted, but I ordered a plate instead. And
no, it was one of the best 2 or 3 burgers I've ever had. Highly recommended. Only thing I'll say about it is you have to exercise your jaw. That's a big burger.
It's a thick burger.
Thick burger.
I like thick burgers. I don't like the real thin burgers.
You get your money's worth.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah, a lot of people like the really kind of, the thin style, whatever, and they'll just get 2 if they want more. But I want a little.
You like some meat?
A little more.
Caught yourself.
Well, there was a word there I was going to use, and I went, "Oh God, no, that's going to be a sound bite for the next." I said,
"You were getting ready to say it." No, I was just letting you go.
I was not going with that word. I had to stop myself. I guess it's a bit of an ad, but a bit of a story from last night. I've got to listen to my own advice. I talk about this every day, and today I am making the plunge. I'm switching pharmacies over to G&M today.
Are you?
I finally had my last. It's been getting worse for a while. I've used Walgreens forever. Last night I finally had it. I was already stressed. You saw me at lunch. I had been to the doctor with Carly Ann yesterday.
You and Kara were very stressed out.
We were debating some topics.
You were stressed for two reasons. You were stressed because the Carly Ann's had a rough patch here, and you were stressed
she's
because
fine. Nobody.
Yeah, she's fine. She's not dying.
But she's having some ear, nose, and throat stuff.
Not getting enough sleep.
Yeah.
And you were stressed, and also because large part, Kara's highly stressed.
Yeah, we're all just
the level of stress
right now.
is just everything's tight.
Yeah. So had been at the doctor. Prescriptions got called in around 11 o'clock yesterday.
A.M.
Yeah, a.m. And Kara got the alert going, hey, they're ready or whatever. So, and I'm kind of busy. We've got a company thing this weekend. I had to go do something, and I said, okay, I've got time to stop by, pick those up, and then I had to go to Kroger for something and get home before them getting home at 5 o'clock. I kind of had it all timed out. So I said, Kara, look, don't tell me until they're ready, and then I'll sweep on by and get them. And I knew they'd be busy, but okay. So I get there at 4:18.
Okay.
I happened to look at my watch when I walked in.
Okay.
It was 4:18, and the lady goes, I know we sent you the thing, but 5 minutes, just 5 minutes. I said, well, if it's longer than 5 minutes, I really got to go and come back. I'm really tight here. Like,
right.
No, 5 minutes. So I sit down. At 4:32, she walks back out and goes.
That's 14 minutes.
She goes, she's on the phone 1 second. It's like, and it's getting to the point where I'm about to have to cancel the other thing because I've already waited too long now.
Gotcha.
Long story short, even though at one point, I don't know if it was a reader or subscriber or what, somebody that knew me was sitting beside me. So I start talking really loudly, telling my story in the waiting room, and I think I was bothering some of the employees there potentially as I was ranting about my situation. I was already stressed leading into this. This is why I mentioned the earlier part of the day, because it takes a lot to really make me mad, but when I get really mad, I go 100 real quick. I've got just enough of my father in me with that, where once it crosses that boundary, I'm pretty pissed. And long story short, I walked out of there at 5:19. It was an hour and 1 minute for a prescription that was already ready.
Not good.
Walgreens has purchased all Fred's locations, and I think they were probably a little busier because they're trying to sort out that mess. But if you'd like to do like me where I'm getting here, because I'm serious, doing this today, it might have already been done. I told Kara she could go do it this morning if you want to. G&M, locally here in Oxford, they take care of this for you. Transferring your medications is very, very simple. You give them a call, 662-236-2222. MedSync immunizations, free delivery. Wouldn't even have to deal with this. They just bring it to you from the start there.
Nice.
So if you're a Fred's customer, you don't have to stay with Walgreens. You can head over to G&M or anyone else. So that is on the task today. But because for a prescription that is already ready, an hour and 1 minute seems like a little too long. That seems like a problem.
That's an issue.
That's an issue, and it's not my issue. I mean, what is up with people that go just 5 minutes if it's not going to be 5 minutes? What is the win for them? Because they know they're just going to have to deal with me later too. So why can't you just go, look, we're actually behind. It's going to be an hour.
It's going to be an hour. Go do something else and come back.
And I might be mad at you, but I'll leave, and we'll deal with it later. Why say 5 minutes?
I don't know.
Okay, doctors' offices, I get they can get pushed back for reasons. Kelly and other people have explained to me why restaurants can get off on reservation times and things get funny that you can't control because you don't know exactly how long this or that. But for something like this, where they alert you 2 times being ready, and it's not like you're dealing with customers per se with the person putting the pills in, I don't know how they miss by an hour. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me how you're that far off on an estimation.
I don't know. Tell the truth. Tell people the truth. It's why in my house, I go straight to Caroline. Like if I put something on and I want to know if I look terrible in it, I can ask anyone else in my house, and they'll be like, "Oh, you look good." I can ask Caroline. She goes, "No, it makes you look fat."
Oh, she's the truth?
Absolutely. And I love her for it.
She will not sugarcoat you.
No. Caroline, do I look fat in this shirt? Yes.
Really?
Yes.
And you go, okay.
Okay. And if I say to her, "Do I look okay in this shirt?" She goes, "Yeah, it looks okay."
You move on with your day.
I'm okay. I don't get the, "Oh, you look great." Because I don't. I'm never going to look great. So
She doesn't tell you look great.
No. She's like, "That looks okay." Awesome.
Campbell might look at you, might not look at you.
No, Campbell will tell me, "You look fine. You look fine."
And no matter what.
No matter what.
You could be wearing a toe sack. And
I could gain 100 pounds and ask Laura, "Do I look like I've gained weight?" And she'd say, "No." I could gain 100 pounds and ask Campbell, "Do I look okay?" And she'd say, "Yeah, you look like a lot of dads."
You look like you look.
You look like a lot of dads is her cop-out.
Ooh.
A lot of fat guys my age. A lot of guys my age have surrendered. Waved the white flag.
Caroline will tell you you're
Caroline,
plump.
tell me, you look fat in that. That makes you look fat.
There's some respect to that.
Oh, mad respect. I mean, I love all of my kids evenly, but that opinion, I trust her opinion more than the others. I'm not going to get sugar-coated. Does this coat look bad on me? Yes. It makes you look big. Cool. Taking that off. In fact, I'm throwing it away.
See, Mississippi Today, that nonprofit out of Jackson, just hired Marshall Ramsey.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the cartoonist.
He's very talented.
He is.
So he's leaving the Clarion Ledger. Ain't much left.
Yeah, somebody else left recently, didn't they?
Yeah.
And
he took a shot at him on Twitter yesterday, too.
I love that because I've heard a little more to that story. I love the guy that gets canned and then is like, "Well, I'll tell you why I left." It's like, okay, sure, guy.
In fairness to what he said,
he's not wrong.
He's right, but he shouldn't have taken that shot.
That was not. That was quite the straw man there. That was not the point to I mean, yeah, look, no doubt, deadlines are dumb and stupid, and they've gotten crazy with it by an effort to save money.
Well, when you put out a Sunday paper in Jackson, Mississippi, and you don't have the Ole Miss or State games in because they didn't finish by 5 o'clock in the afternoon, that is a problem.
It's the end.
It's over. It's dead.
It's just it's the end.
It's over.
I mean, that defies logic.
And if Gannett touches your thing, it's dead.
They're the Grim Reaper.
Gannett is like a severe STD. You're never getting rid of it.
Well, you are getting rid of it because it's all dying. That's a really bad analogy because you don't die from that, I'm assuming.
That's true.
Look, today, we start the show with this. We go here. Wait, what? You couldn't use any malignancy that actually is fatal.
Gannett is pancreatic cancer.
Okay.
Stage 5.
That's bad.
That's what they are. Write your will. It's over.
Okay. Yeah, I just saw that. It was making the rounds to my text messages because I saw that going around yesterday, and I went, "Oh, that's that." So that's what we're going with this. Okay,
yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
that's clever. Okay, I'm fine with it. Whatever. All right. Let's see.
They'll be hiring high school kids before you know it. Clarion Ledger.
You think so?
Yeah.
Did you watch the football game last night? Chiefs Chargers.
I watched almost all of the first half, and then I got into the third quarter, and to be honest, I was too tired. Laura and Caroline are in Jackson at the state championship thingy. The
what?
Dance state championships this weekend. The Chargerettes competing for a state title.
Are they?
Yeah.
What does that look like? How is it? Is it like I've covered some cheerleading competitions before from a media standpoint for some reason that I don't remember at the time. They just all get out there and they get graded, kind of like the movie Bring It On, and then they hand the trophy to somebody at the end?
I think so.
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
You have no idea about that reference, do you? Kirsten Dunst, Bring It On, cheerleading movie?
No.
Okay. I mean, you haven't even seen most of the pretty decent movies that I would mention. Nevertheless, the popcorn teen flick about cheerleading. So
no, I hadn't seen that.
Okay.
But they all take their turns.
I always want to do like Rotten Tomatoes with Neil, and it's like, well, he hadn't seen it, and he hadn't seen it, and he hadn't seen it, and he hadn't seen it. So that's where we are.
Caroline will tell you, I can't know if it's South Haven, Olive Branch, or Horn Lake. It's one of the three. That the whole thing is rigged for them. I want to say it's Horn Lake because when Oxford played Horn Lake, she said they always win, and they're not as good as we are. And so I did a tweet about that, having taken some shots at the Horn Lake dance team, and I was asked to take it down.
By your daughter?
No, by her coach.
What, did she really?
Yeah. Very nervous that I was going to make waves.
Did you make waves?
I don't know. I took it down.
Speaking of, you mentioned this the other day. You and I have never been more on the same page about anything about A Christmas Story being a terrible movie.
It's awful.
It's only popular because it's on for 24 hours straight.
Just a terrible movie from start to finish.
And we probably discussed this last year, but it's a hill I'm staying on every single year.
Well, I'm willing to die
How
on this
did
hill.
it do a 90 on Rotten Tomatoes with the critics?
I don't know.
89 with the critics, 88 with the audience.
How do people like that? It's hideous. I can't watch it once, much less 12 straight times.
Both warmly nostalgic and darkly humorous, A Christmas Story deserves its status as a holiday perennial. It is a boring, melodramatic piece of crap, is what it is.
It's like Leave It to Beaver had a bad day in the studio. By the way, did Leave It to Beaver ever have like a Christmas edition?
I don't know. Are you curious?
A little. Did the Brady Bunch ever have a Brady Bunch Christmas?
I would assume. They've had everything when they've gone to Hawaii.
Yeah, the Hawaii trip with the spider and the
A very Brady Christmas.
Yeah, I saw it. They had the
That is a TV movie from 1988.
Yeah, I remember that. The idol. The idol. If you had the idol, it was bad luck. Had to get the idol home. Greg played a big role in that.
When it first aired, it was the highest rated TV movie of the season with a 25-1 and 39 share, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Marsha was pretty hot.
So
she was.
I'm not arguing with you.
I wonder how she turned out.
I don't know. But yeah, Christmas Story 89 with the
it's terrible. It's awful. It's awful. I'd rather watch Frosty the Snowman.
It's maybe the worst Christmas movie. I mean, there's a lot of bad ones. So, but the other ones, the problem is it tries to take itself so seriously and be bad. The other ones that we all know going in are just crap for an hour and 40 minutes. Okay, fine, whatever. We'll all get through it together.
Yeah, but like I can watch Christmas Vacation and giggle every time. I can watch Elf and laugh every time. I can watch the stupid Grinch one and laugh. I'm fine, but you get that. Throw that one at me. No.
What do you think the Elf did? Rotten Tomatoes. You can do critics or audience. I have both.
I'm gonna say the audience gave it a good grade. I'll say audience went like 82.
78.
Okay, and critics probably didn't like it because it wasn't something enough. They probably gave it like a 47.
83.
Really?
Critics go 83 on Elf.
It's really good. Elf's good. It's funny. Makes it laugh. Will Ferrell's funny. You go to a Christmas movie to get a kick out of it, right?
A few people gave it negative reviews. I'm looking at a couple of those. But for the most part, everybody allowed it just to be what it was.
What did Christmas Vacation get?
You know, I bet not very good because it became popular kind of after the fact more than at the time. And I'm going to guess that it was just seen as a really poor sequel at the moment. The people that gave Elf bad reviews, by the way, are people that were, trying to take it incredibly seriously and make it some think piece.
Yeah. You go to that movie to laugh for 2 hours.
All right, what do you think? Vacation.
I got to think the audience loved it. 91.
86.
Okay.
Good audience score. We've got, out of 221,000 user ratings, 86%.
Okay. Critics, 70%.
A little lower, but not bad. 64. It's certified fresh at 64%. It says, while Christmas Vacation may not be the most disciplined comedy, it's got enough laughs and good cheer to make for a solid seasonal treat.
I think it's hilarious. I've watched it 200 times if I've watched it once, and I still see new things.
See, a lot of the bad reviews are from way back in the day. Like this one says, the new film does little more than reintroduce these familiar characters with new actors playing the children who would otherwise be college age by now, and let them get on one another's nerves in earnest. There's a lot of that from, one of the great unanswered questions in Hollywood is how Chevy Chase still gets work, is one of the reviews from back in the day.
Wow.
Yeah. Sequence after sequence seems to contain all the necessary material to be well on its way toward a payoff, and then it somehow just doesn't work. It's there, too.
Who's the model, the girl, the one in the swimsuit that she first introduces herself at the department store with the lingerie, and then she does the diving board thing, and that's when the little girl comes in and says, "Uncle Clark, you sure you ain't Santa Claus?"
That's right.
Well, last year we got the shaft. We didn't get Jack. Daddy said Santa Claus isn't coming.
Was it Nicolette Scorsese that played it, or was she actually a character in the show?
No, that sounds right.
Okay.
Let's see.
It really doesn't matter at all. And it would be really bad pod for me to take 5 minutes to look this up right now.
I'm looking it up right now.
What are you typing in?
I'm looking up Nicolette Scorsese.
Are you?
Yeah. Yes, she was...
that was her?
Yeah. She's known for that, and then she was in Boxing Helena and NYPD Blue.
But is that the character she played in Christmas Vacation is my question. That is my
pulling up a photo of her. Yes, that's her.
That's her?
Uh-huh.
Okay, we feel good about that?
Yes. That is her.
Where do you fall on Love Actually?
I don't know that I've ever seen it. This is your fault.
You've never seen Love Actually?
I don't think so.
Got like the 12 different storylines all revolving around Christmas. Hugh Grant plays the Prime Minister of Britain.
No, I've never seen that.
Okay. Fine. Whatever. See, this is my point. I mean...
I'm sorry. I haven't seen it.
Make a Seinfeld reference, he just looks at me. Huh? I was like, okay. I give up.
I like Seinfeld. I haven't watched every episode, but I like it.
You've probably seen almost just out of... At some point of all episodes, just by whatever at this point.
Now, you don't like The Office, is that right?
I'm not a big Office guy, no.
Okay.
And I can be made fun of for that. I get it. I'm very much in the minority, but no, I did not watch it during its... Okay, I watched when it got to Netflix through its first run. I never watched it like on NBC Live that way. I'm pretty sure... I don't know that I ever finished it. I want to say I turned it off somewhere in season 5 and never even finished.
Really?
Yeah.
The Office is probably the one thing that Campbell and I bond over the most.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be my humor, and I should really like it, but I got bored with it. Now, Seinfeld, I can watch it over and over and over again and laugh every time, and it's comfortable to me.
Well, it's a brilliant show.
Yeah, but no, The Office doesn't do much for me.
Random comedy that you'd still watch if it popped up. For me, you'll laugh, but it's Night Court. I always thought Night Court
TV
was
shows?
funny. Yeah, random just TV shows that if they pop up, you'll watch it.
Ooh, let me think about it for a minute. I guess you're going to give me a minute, so I'll have a second.
Sure. Yeah, I'll give you a minute. Let's see. Nicolette Scorsese is 64 now? Can't be right. Yeah. She's 64 years old. Do you want to feel old?
That's going to affect you more than me just because I only knew Christmas Vacation is a show we just watch at Christmas that's not coming out right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's different for me.
Yeah. Podcast also brought to you in part by John Edwards of Regency Travel Incorporated in Memphis. So you guys know how this works. John is part of Virtuoso. It's a worldwide network of travel partners that allows him to supply his clients with added values, unique benefits that are simply not available to other travelers. So here's what you do. Call John. Tell John what trip you're thinking about. Give him some ideas. Hey, we want to go to Europe, looking to go to Napa, we're looking to go to wherever. Going to play golf in Scotland, going to 401A. Then what's it called? 31A. I said 401 because I was reading a 401.
30A?
30A.
All right.
Whatever. Been a long week. Tell him where you're looking to go. How long you're looking to go. When you're looking to go. Your budget. He'll take care of the rest. He will come up with options for you that you would never have found on your own, and he'll give you benefits that you would not get on your own. So get in touch with John, 901-494-3387, or send him an email, jedwards@regencytravel.net. First-time clients can save $50 off their first booked trip just by telling John you heard about Regency Travel on the podcast. We're also brought to you by Grenada Nissan. If you're in the market for a Nissan vehicle, look no further than Grenada Nissan. They have a complete selection of new and previously owned Nissan vehicles. Go in, test drive one today. Tell Gene and Sandy you heard about Grenada Nissan on the podcast, rebelgrove.com. You'll get Rebel savings on top of the already great deals at Grenada Nissan. It's GrenadaNissanUSA.com. Also brought to you by Harry Alexander. Harry's an Oxford-based RE/MAX Legacy Realty agent. Been in Oxford more than 4 decades. No one knows the residential and condo market in Oxford better than Harry. Go to his site. He'll prove it to you. HarryAlexander.com. Filter through by what you are interested in. The results that you see are updated daily. And then let Harry take care of the rest. Send him an email, ha@harryalexander.com. And we're brought to you by Oxford University Bank, OUB, locally owned and operated right here in Oxford. When you deposit money at OUB, that money and the vast majority of the bank's profits go right back into the Oxford community. OUB gives you the comfort of home, all the benefits the big mega banks provide, all the technology and products you want, all with the personal touch. They also give you Kasasa. It's the absolute best cash checking account, and with it, OUB will pay customers 2.5% interest on their balances up to $50,000. And with Kasasa, ATM fees nationwide are refunded. OUB also offers online bill pay and mobile check deposit using its online app. To learn more, go to liveoxfordbankoxford.com or call 662-234-6668. OUB is FDIC insured.
You know, I mean, most of mine would be things that are kind of current time. I mean, you know, Friends, Seinfeld, How I Met Your Mother. Had a weird kind of connection to that show. Past that, earlier, we're probably talking that just kind of make me laugh, like Sanford and Son, Cheers, obviously, things along that line. I'll tell you the thing that makes me feel old, though. I saw somebody put this on Facebook. Actually, might have been Kelly. I mentioned a couple of shows here today. If Wonder Years were staged or came out today, it would be highlighting 1998.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. From a time difference standpoint. 98 would be Wonder Years if Wonder Years was today. My affinity for Wonder Years, everyone knows I have the bootleg box set from China.
You and Jay have this in common.
I'll take your word for it.
I'm fine.
He wasn't a Becky Slater person. He was a Donica person.
He was Donica for sure. I'm looking.
McKellar.
Donica McKellar. Yeah.
Actually, Danica McKellar. I thought it was Donica. It's Danica McKellar. DANICA. So, anyway. That's where we have devolved to today on this Friday edition of the show.
This is this picture from the text chain.
It's downloading.
No, that's the.
Oh, you mean Jay?
The Jay, yeah. That's very typical of our text chain. Yeah, this is Danica. He sends pictures of Danica frequently.
Well, that's not the one you typically get on the front page of the Google search, but okay.
No, she did some Princess Leia stuff that was.
He was interested.
Yeah, and it was. I did look at it.
Did you?
Yeah, it was worth looking at.
Okay. We will have content at Rebel Grove. We got stuff there now that we probably did not mention. A lot of recruiting coming. Again, basketball this weekend. And it's just a little bit of a slow period other than National Signing Day beginning.
It's Christmas time in the city.
December December 19th. So it is.
It is. Santa Claus
Christmas
is coming
time
to
in the
town.
city. Yeah.
He'll be in Oxford tomorrow, right?
Pretty much every day.
Yeah.
It's in Oxford every day.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Check all that out. We'll talk to you again on Monday. Appreciate you always, especially hanging in to this point. You have no idea how important you are to us an hour and 15 into this fest today. So thanks. Talk soon.